Good evening. Welcome to the Unprofessional Professional Sports Podcast. I am BA. I'm here with James J. Train Martin and Keith Engel of TGI Sports. I hope you gentlemen are doing well this Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
And please support my guy Keith over here with TJ Sports Talk. Give him some stars. Help him out there. Just real quick. We did have breaking news that came out maybe an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half ago. The PIF is pulling the LIV funding at the end of the season. LIV, of course, is the golf, Saudi Arabia golf thing going on over there. They're pulling the funding at the end of the season. That's an experiment that face planted.
$6 billion they spent on this so far. Well spent money by the Saudis, and I can't tell you how happy I am. I went up in flames. Anybody got involved with this, I lost a lot of respect for, including my boy Phil. And I got a lot more respect for the Tigers and the Rorys of the world who wouldn't just go play for blood money. So this was going to end up this way anyway. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. If you wanted to watch this golf, where would you go watch it? Other than highlights and clips I've seen, I've never been able to go. Not that I've spent a lot of time looking for it, but I've never run across live golf tournament anywhere. Have you guys ever found
Nope.
it?
And not that I was looking for it that much. I know you're a golfing enthusiast, but I haven't really been paying attention to that.
I had no idea it even existed until we started talking about it about a month ago, and. And when that came up, after we finished talking about it, I forgot it even existed until we brought it up again today.
James is channeling Mac now when it comes to golf.
There you go. Yeah. That's fine. There you go. That's how you
right.
do it.
You know, it is a big story. Unfortunately, in the world of sports, it's a big story. 2 years ago, we were going to merge the PGA and LIV, and that never went anywhere. And I think the PGA just dug in their heels and said, you guys are going to go away eventually anyway. And now these guys, Mickelson and the like, are going to come crawling back to the PGA, and they're not going to be well received if they haven't been so far when they've come and played in majors and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see how they intertwine themselves back into real golf.
Well, my question is, what would be interesting is how much money he actually made off that. If they spent that much money.
Those guys were guaranteed, millions of dollars just to show up and play. I think Phil got, I want to say, between $5 and $7 million a year just to show up. That's not even, winning any money in golf tournaments, just appearance fees. And that's why they went there. So,
easy money.
You hurt your own reputations going there, but you filled up your bank account, so that's good for you and your family. So,
there you go. Yeah. Can't
blood money. Did I say blood money? Have I said that before?
Yes, several times.
I want to make sure I got that in
there. Speaking of money, next news is that the NCAA tourney is to expand to 76 teams. How are we feeling about that?
So apparently this show is just to piss me off tonight. That's all this is about, right?
Well, you're apparently not the only one that's PO'd. Jay Williams is definitely doesn't like it either. Former Duke point guard. He didn't like it. He mentioned something about it, but it's too much. I have to agree with you, Keith. I didn't hear your word, but I can just, you being pissed off tells me a lot.
I don't. What do we? If this was to help get the second best mid-major team and a mid-major conference team, and if they had a great regular season, maybe I could find a way to say okay. But this is all about getting the power conferences more teams, and they don't get enough. I've got to see teams under 500 in their conference. I'm going to see teams that are under 500 altogether, possibly with this. And the only way I could see my way around this is to forget about calling these teams NCAA teams, because now you're going to literally have 24 teams playing games like the first four played to get into this field of 64. Call this a play-in tournament and not the NCAA tournament, and then I'm okay with whatever happens after that. right? I got 64 teams left. I'm happy. But these teams are all going to be counted as NCAA wins now when they win these 12 play-in games, and it's going to take place over 2 nights. And you know what? It's all about money. I can sell more, TV time. And I mean, I'm a realist. I understand that's what drives sports and drives the world, but it just gets to be too much.
And I think of the other fact is that it's not, they call it a science, but it's not exactly a science who gets in the tourney either.
No.
And you always got these teams, these colleges that cry about it afterwards. It's like, well, we did this and we did this and we should get into it. And then fans, hype on that whole situation. So it puts pressure on the NCAA committee to say, oh, well, this way nobody will really have to complain because we got, 12 more teams in there. So,
but gosh, if you were there complaining you're the 68th best team in the country, not the 69th, that's already a problem, I think, for your program.
But anyway, on to the NBA playoffs, because this is what is going on and is hype right now. We had some results from yesterday. The Philadelphia 76ers 113 off to the Boston Celtics 97. That series is 3-2 in favor of the Celtics. With Embiid coming back in the 4th game, that did show that, hey, that made a difference with the 76ers. Do you think they can probably – I don't want to say it. I think the Celtics still got this series, but it might be a lot closer than people think it is now.
Embiid played a great game last night. He played a pretty good game his first game back, and it really didn't make a difference because they got thrashed pretty good. But this is more about the Celtics and the way they play ball. If they don't make threes, they don't win, because that's the same thing that beat them last year and the year before in the playoffs, is the fact that if you don't make threes, you don't win. That's their whole offense. And that's what happened to me in my mind last night. That's what turned that into a blowout. Kudos to 76ers. I don't want to take anything away from them. They showed some good fight last night, and kudos to Embiid for finding his way back here. And that he could have just not shown up after having surgery 2 weeks ago, right? So I still think the Celtics will win, as you said, Brian, but it won't be as easy as we thought, apparently.
Man.
Yeah, you're right, Keith. I mean, I think Boston just they didn't really come. They didn't show up, and Embiid was a spark. He was able to come out and drop 33 on him. I mean, he's clearly not the same player in regards to rebounding and anything like that anymore. You can see his body is still not as good as it used to be. But 33 points, man, that's a lot. And them not Derek White had a terrible game. And so you're looking for one of your starters, a guy that's making $168 million. He should have, he was supposed to show up. He didn't really show up. So I would say next game when they come out, I think they're going to close it out here. I think it's going to be a 4-2. I think I look at the Celtics go ahead and close this game out the next game.
I think so as well. But you can't go out there and shoot, 27% or whatever from 3-point land. And you can if you're throwing up, 15 of them, but not if you're throwing up in the 40s, right, which is what they do every game, 43 pointers.
Yeah, it's the old adage: you live by the 3, you die by the 3. That's a real big part of what a lot of these teams are doing in the playoffs. They're shooting the lights out in one game in 3, and then or even a half, and then the next half they can't hit anything to save their life, and that's when they get beat. And as much as they say stuff about like San Antonio and Detroit about their paint presence. And not being able to jack up threes at will, that's the reason why those two teams are at the top of their game. Not the Pistons, definitely, but we'll get into that later. The next game, the San Antonio Spurs wrap up their series with the Portland Trail Blazers by winning 114-95 last night. They won the series 4-1. Victor, the dude is a cheat code. San Antonio is going to be hard to stop. I'm just saying that. I'm putting that out there.
Inexperience is the only thing that really is a negative on this team, I guess, right? And every time they win a series like this, that question goes away a little bit more. And he is a cheat code. That's a great description for him. I don't, they're going to be tough. And when they win one, and I don't know, James might have said this, somebody else said this. That's not the first time I said this. Once they win one, they're going to win a bunch. I found it hard to believe they hadn't won a series since 2017. Shocking to me.
They have big players all over the place. Their guards are big. Stephon Castle's big. Harper's big. De'Aaron Fox, he's big. I mean, these guys are they're just pretty tough. You have what's the guy's name that used to play for
Castle?
Golden State? No, Golden State. The one play for he comes off the bench. He shoots threes, lights it up.
Damn it.
I can't think. But anyway, like you said, he's a cheat code in regards to Victor Wembanyama, but the biggest thing for him, his Achilles heel might be literally just that, his feet and his injury proneness. I mean, he is definitely injury prone, and you want to make sure he doesn't get hurt, but he is all over the court. He can shoot threes, he can play in the middle, he's swatting balls everywhere. He's just devastating. So if the Lakers lose to the OKC, if the Lakers get past and if they get past, if they were to by some miracle get past OKC, they will get shut down. If OKC, the biggest series I think of the NBA, not just the Western Conference, is going to be OKC versus San Antonio, and that will be the championship of the whole series. I mean, the playoff series, because that's just probably going to be the best or toughest matchup of any team match in any series that matches up.
The winner there could come out of there depleted though as well if they have a long grueling 7-game series.
True.
True. In the East. So, and I'm not counting my Nuggets out just yet in the West. Not my Nuggets, but the Nuggets.
Yeah. I think they're going to win the series.
They're probably the only team ever to be down 3-1 and be heavy favorites to win after all the injuries to the Wolves. But
the Wolves,
to go back to Fox for 1 second, though, he almost gets lost on this team because he's so overshadowed by the talk of Wemby, and rightfully so. But he is a great player. He played a great game the other night, and he's a big part of this team, obviously.
Apparently, he pissed off Elizabeth.
Apparently. Elizabeth comes in angrier than me sometimes. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I pissed her off.
You do have the propensity to do that, sir.
I do. I'm very good at it. Everybody's good at one thing, they say, and that's what I've got going for me. So.
Yeah, but you're in. And if pissing somebody off was a Hall of Fame or GOAT, you'd be number 2 next to Jack. Right.
Yeah, there's a good guy to be second too in that ranking for
Department,
sure.
Yeah,
Mount Rushmore. They have Jack, and Keith.
And the final game for last night was the Keith's New York Knicks 126 and Atlanta Hawks 97. The Knicks took a commanding 3-2 lead in that series. Atlanta's played 2 really bad games in a row. I don't think they're going to recover from this. I think the Knicks will probably close it out the next game. So
Game 5s are so huge in any of these series, right? 82, and it's not surprising because you got to win one more game, but 82 or 83% of the time they win the series, and Game 5s are. There's why. that makes sense.
Because betting is
I've been angry in that regard.
Money is on the line. Yes, money is on the line. She's like that. Yeah.
But these game 5s and the Knicks come out and I look at maybe every time I've said this year, they look like they finally have figured it out, right? And then they throw a stinker in there. So I'm not willing to say they're going to go to Atlanta and wrap this up, but I think it would be a good idea to get this thing wrapped up and get a day off or two. The team's played very well. Towns has played very well in this series for the most part and been a big factor. And Bridges and Hart didn't disappear the last few games the way they did in Game 3 down there in Atlanta. So anyway, I like the Knicks. I still like to get out of this conference. I really do.
Yeah, I agree with you. They should close out at Atlanta, but you got to give credit to Mike Brown for being able to make adjustments. I just think that defensively, they just really shut down C.J. McCullough and Kuminga. They had no answer, and then they were getting steals out the wazoo and fast break points. But to close out in the last 8 or 9 minutes, man, Jalen Brunson is just for somebody
He's
his
on a
size,
different
he's just
level.
a dog, man. He's really on a different level. Stephen A came out on TV, said he thinks that they may be on their way to the finals. I mean, he's going. He said they look like they have to. I mean, he's just probably jumping the gun just a little bit.
Oh, I like that, but I'm kind of biased.
For sure. So is he. I mean, obviously, you both New Yorkers. I mean, you are New York fans. Yeah, but at the same time, look. Let's just slow the roll just a little bit. I think they look great in that game last night. And they closed Atlanta out. I don't know who they play. They're number 3. So who would they play? Would they play?
They play in Atlanta next because it goes.
No, I mean,
New
if they
York,
close out Atlanta, if they who would they match up with? Who's the next
probably. I think it was between. Isn't it between Cleveland and Toronto that they would play next?
I would say so, unless Philadelphia,
Yeah.
I guess. But
yeah.
Okay. But I got the Knicks closing it out the next game. I think it'll be 4-2.
And Knicks are getting different guys to help off the bench almost every night too. Alvarado had a great night last night too, and he's not a guy we talk about a whole lot. Clarkson wasn't as good as he's been in much of this series and much of the second half of the season, but they've had other guys step up here in the postseason, so that helps.
And that helps too. I mean, everything's
Clarkson's streaky.
Yeah,
he's streaky.
Yeah,
everything's still going through Brunson though.
That's when Clarkson's hot though, he can hit those threes like fire though. But yeah, Brunson, you're right. Everything goes through him. But yeah, his footwork and it's just in his mid ranges is just incredible. And like the layups he was doing, like wow, he's impressive, man.
I love the mid range jumper, something that seems to be lost a lot of times in the NBA now, and he is one of the best that I've seen. Maybe since the Knicks last won a championship. That's almost 60 years ago. So 50-something.
We got a lot of Knick haters on this day.
Well, if Danny was
welcome in, Danny.
I think Elizabeth and Danny might be related with their feeling of the Knickerbockers.
We could get our pal from One Ass Cheek Three Toes, Nate. He's a New York Knick fan, so he would gladly love this whole thing. How does that work? I don't know.
How does he get to be a Knicks fan? And he's in Detroit.
No, he's in Texas.
Well, he's all over the place. That's even worse.
I don't get it, because if he was my age, maybe I could see him being a Knicks fan, being in Texas. But he's much younger than I am, so I don't. How do you? I don't know.
I think he likes underdog teams. That's what it is. The Knicks kind of are like an underdog. They haven't won anything since 73.
73.
And then on top of that, he likes the Boston Red Sox, to your chagrin, obviously. So there you go.
What can I say? Nate is like Johnny Cash. He's been everywhere, man.
I'm everywhere, man. Awesome. So getting to today's games. Oh, God, I got to get to this. The first game of today's games is Orlando Magic at Detroit Pistons. Magic have a 3-1 series.
This is an important game it is an important game, right?
Well, yes, obviously, because if they lose, they're out.
I was being facetious. Yes, I was being facetious.
Win or be gone.
Yeah. And I don't even know why they got the Pistons favored by 10.5. I don't see that. Well, anyway. It depends on what's going on with him. Jalen Duren is playing.
Cat's got the tongue for real.
We missed like 2 sentences in the middle there.
Jalen Duren has not showed up in these playoffs. He's been real dude. You're a huge guy, part of the paint, brigade. You got other players around you. Isaiah Stewart is out there doing better than you. Come on, man. You're supposed to be in there, regulating. Not going to the hoop, can't defend worth crap when he needs to defend. And then the unforced turnovers that are leading to points. That's horrible. I mean, and Cade, as great as a player as he is, he had like 9 turnovers last game. And, at least more than half of them were unforced. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're supposed to be the superstar on the team, but hey, in Orlando, and I'm not taking nothing from Orlando. Orlando's out there balling. They're doing their thing.
Playing very well.
And again, now Wagner might not be playing in this game, which might be a benefit to the Pistons because Wagner came in there. He came in here hot. So having him not in this lineup might help the Pistons get a little bit juiced and get a win in this one. But what do you guys think? Do you think the Pistons are going to fold in this game, or do you think they're going to make this interesting series?
I think the Pistons are going at home tonight, force game 6 at least. I don't think they're coming back to win this series, quite frankly. Much to your chagrin, I know. But I think they win tonight and might have trouble when they get back to Orlando.
I wouldn't have saw this coming. I'll be honest with you. I thought that the Magic not the Magic, but the Pistons would win 4-1, a gentleman's sweep. Or this is a interesting surprise, man. I just think maybe it's the Magic. They have some sort of spell, and they're forcing the Pistons to not run on all cylinders here. I don't know. I think that Banchero and yeah, maybe wow. Banchero and Desmond Bain have just been lighting it up, man. And you're right, B. I think the unforced turnovers have really been an issue for them. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Cunningham, he still have some lingering effects from that collapsed lung, man. You never know how that works. I'm not sure how that works.
30 a game, though. I mean, he's not 29 to 30 a game. He's playing 40 minutes a game. He doesn't look to be.
But the unforced errors, though, yeah,
maybe so. Yeah.
I think what it is too. On top of that, between him and Hewer, I don't know what's going on with my internet. It's funky.
What did Hewer play? Like 2 minutes the other night?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Him and he's back up to Robinson. Robinson's got to do a lot better job too. He gets like 2 or 3 fouls like in the beginning of the game. Like, dude, why are you being so aggressive? Don't do that.
Well, one game at a time. I got them winning. I got the Pistons winning tonight, and then just take it to the next one. I mean, think about channel your LeBron James 2016. Down 3-1 and figure out what to do in the first round. Yeah.
That would be great if we had LeBron James, but we don't have LeBron James.
Well, you definitely don't have a 2016 LeBron James. I don't think anybody has that. The Lakers don't have LeBron James of 2016.
But they do have him. That's the point. The next game on the docket for today, speaking of LeBron's O team, Toronto Raptors will be taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. That series is tied 2 games apiece. Cleveland is at home. Toronto has been ramping it up. I think they're taking Cleveland by surprise here. I really do.
I didn't like this Cleveland team. For whatever reason, Cleveland never does well in the playoffs. I mean, winning a playoff series or losing a playoff series, I should say, wouldn't have surprised me here. Jack loves this team. I never liked this team. They better win tonight. They'll fall victim to this 83% tonight because they're going to go. If they lose tonight, they're going to Toronto and lose. They're not going to win. I mean, Harden's got a monkey on his back. This whole organization, since LeBron left the second time, has had a monkey on their back. They can't. They have some great regular seasons, and they flame out in the playoffs every year. And this is like one of those years.
Harden never steps up in the playoffs, man. I've never seen a series, whether it was Houston, OKC, Brooklyn Nets, and the LA Clippers, man. I just never seen him do any type of stepping up, man, to where they won a series where there's like dominant. Come on, man. I don't know. I don't understand this situation. You're in Cleveland. They got really good defense. They got 2 great bigs there. You have Spider-Man. He's averaging 27 a night. Yes, the flippers for sure. I just really think that Harden, man, he needs to be the X factor in here, and the pressure should be on him. It's really on Donovan Mitchell. Come on, man, just go ahead and play your game. You're the one. This is, like you said, LeBronto.
Yeah.
LeBron owned Toronto when he was there, but there's no LeBron in Cleveland. So I don't know. I think they're still going to win this series. I think they're going to win it, and they're going to win tonight, and they'll win the next game. But they're really going to have trouble if they come up with playing like this against the Knicks. Wow, the Knicks really look good.
Yeah, the winner tonight wins this series for sure in my mind.
That's a good question.
He'll end up in the Hall of Fame just because he's going to have some crazy numbers, but not for his playoff performance, Danny. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Fame.
Let's not take away Donovan Mitchell as a failure to launch too. Remember, he was with Utah. He was he didn't get anywhere in the playoffs.
And in Cleveland.
You got two guys. Yeah, you got two guys that are I don't know what goes on with the playoffs with these guys magically, but it seems like
it's different when you're the guy, I think, right? And Harden takes that on himself. When he was in OKC and he wasn't the guy, he was the third wheel, and he played well, I think, as I remember it in the playoffs when those teams were getting to finals. I think Harden played well, but he was coming off the bench a lot of that time, and he was definitely, no better than the third wheel on those teams, and he was a better clutch player then. Now that he's
the situation with him when he was the man, like this, when he went to Houston, there's a reason he won an MVP. He was dominant during the regular season. Well, he just can't really do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah, and my comments were only about the playoffs too, James.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
for sure. Player. I'm not saying he isn't, but when you get the playoffs, and obviously that pressure on you is ramped up when especially you're feeling like the guy, as you said, he's not really even the guy. Mitchell's the guy,
right?
Talking a lot about guys here.
Guys. Pause. Anyway,
guys who like movies.
The last game of the night will be between the Houston Rockets and the LA Lakers. LA Lakers have a 3-1 series lead on there. Do you think Houston could do your LeBronism there and come back from 3-1?
Possibly, but I doubt it. KD's out again, and I think the game the other night was a flop. I think the Lakers are going to bounce back. I think they, nothing went right their way that game, and I think credit to Ime Udoka and the defense of Houston. They did step up, but I think it's over. I think so.
You can't expect LeBron to play. I mean, I would say LeBron probably played his worst playoff game of his career, I would think, the other night, or pretty close to it. You can't expect that to happen again, and I just don't see Houston coming back here.
Right. Same.
All righty. So that is our NBA playoffs. Now, a little bit, but talked about NHL playoffs. Yesterday's games. I have been, like I said, I've been paying attention to the Boston Buffalo series because I'm trying to go for Buffalo. I like Buffalo. Unfortunately, last night they lost 2-1 to the Bruins in overtime. But the Sabres still lead that series 3-2. I believe that I think the Sabres are going to wrap this up. I think the Bruins are just kind of like with hockey. It's a whole lot different than the NBA in the sense that the ebbs and the flows. You know, if you get a hot streak in one period, it's you can stay here and win that game.
Yeah.
But I got them going in it. The Minnesota Wild beat the Dallas Stars 4-2. Their series lead is 3-2 now. And the Edmonton Oilers beat the Anaheim Ducks 4-1. The Ducks have a 3-2 series lead. Kind of surprising there. But Edmonton always does this in their first round of playoffs. It looks like there's nothing that they can't win a game. And then they just, like last year with the LA Kings, they took off real quick, and then the LA Kings just blistered them, and then they, eventually won. Edmonton's weird. They're a weird hockey team. I don't know what whatever first round playoffs they have, it's weird for them. Today's hockey games are the Montreal Canadiens against Tampa Bay Lightning. This series is tied at 2. Pittsburgh Penguins coming back on the Philadelphia Flyers, who had a 3-0 lead in the series. It is now down to 3-2. So this is a very important game. Obviously, it's an elimination game for Pittsburgh, but if they tie it up, if they tie this series up, if Pittsburgh comes back and ties the series up, Philadelphia's out. I'm just saying that. You can't let the Penguins come in here from 3-0. The Utah Mammoths are taking on the Vegas Golden Knights, and their series is tied 2-2. Anybody have anything on any of those games?
Except for two series, the ones that were 4-0. I mean, it's been a pretty competitive first round, I think, in the NHL. And when the Rangers are as bad as they are this year and nowhere's to be found, I find myself rooting for the Canadian teams because I'm shocked every time I think about this. It's been like 34 or 35 years, right? And Brian, you can probably verify this better than myself. At least 34, I believe, years since a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup, and that's shocking to me. Every time we get to this portion of the year, I think about that. The last couple of years, Edmonton's had a shot and kind of flamed out in the playoff. Well, they got to the finals, I think. Was it last year?
It was a year before that. Oh, it might have been last year. Yeah, because they played the Panthers, didn't they?
Yeah, they
played the Panthers. Yeah,
and you got the Canadians that are relevant again, and that's good for hockey. So I try to root,
and then you got Toronto, who always seems to face plant near the end of the season. When it counts.
And you got Buffalo, who's pretty much a Canadian team too, aren't they?
Don't do that to Buffalo fans.
The Sabres are a great story because they've been irrelevant for so long, and it's fun to see them playing well.
And to your comment, Danny, I mean, the Sabres are the Bills of the NHL. I mean, they got to be in the playoffs first. They haven't been in the playoffs.
No, they're not nearly good enough to be called the Bills of the NHL.
Yeah, right.
Or haven't been.
Yep.
The old curve stick.
All righty. So on to football. Well, let me throw this out here real quick just for the Major League Baseball. Red Sox place ace pitcher Garrett Crochet on a 15-day IL. Probably is a good thing because the dude had a 6.3 ERA.
Cy Young candidate.
This is a Cy Young candidate. That's not very good for a Cy Young candidate either. So, prayers out to Crochet. I hope you get better, brother, and get out there pitching like you're supposed to. Of course, I'm saying that tongue-in-cheek because I am not a Red Sox fan. But anyway, on to football. So we did have a draft this weekend.
Can I say one thing about the MLB before you move on
Sure.
there in the Red Sox? I always find it interesting that once a manager gets fired, the players are like outraged. But if you'd played better, he might still be your manager. So, for you Red Sox players who are so upset that Alex Cora is gone, and actually, I'm not quite sure he got fired because of the record, quite frankly. But still, you should have played better, and they wouldn't have been able to fire him if you were, 19-9 and not 9-19. So just shut up.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Philly got rid of their manager as well.
And I'm a big Rob Thompson.
Were they like 9-19 or something like that?
Same record.
Yeah, 9-19.
I'm a big Rob Thompson fan. I wish he was managing the Yankees. I've said this many times. He didn't even get an interview when they fired Joe Girardi. But if he's got to go, I'm happy to see Donnie Baseball get another shot. And the interesting part is he's only getting another shot because Alex Cora said no. They asked Alex Cora to take this job on a full-time basis, and he said no. So Donnie's the interim for now.
What about the Mets? Isn't their manager on the hot seat too?
He
is definitely.
The whole team is on a hot seat.
Listen, David Stearns there is the guy who ought to get fired. He put this abomination of a team together to fire a manager with this.
That whole team is on a hot seat.
I'm going to play a guy at third base who's never played third. I'm going to sign a guy to play first base who's never played first. Come on. This is
he's playing the Timo version of what is it? Billy Beanball.
Yeah,
it's just the Timo version of it. I don't know what he's doing, man. I don't know what's going on with him. And I think to the Phillies' detriment, I think anything the Mets do, Phillies try to do better. So the Mets lose 12 games. And the Phillies said, well, we could do better. We could lose 11-12. That's not bad.
If it was the NBA, we would think they were tanking for crying out loud.
Right. I'm surprised that hasn't even come up. But anyway, on to the football portion of the show. Just to put a quick note, linebacker Monty Coleman, 3-time Super Bowl winner with the Redskins, passed away at 68. I remember watching him when he played. Yeah, I at the time, obviously, I was a Lions fan. He was on those teams that were clobbering the Lions in the playoffs. So yeah, I remember Monty Coleman. But yeah, so prayers out to his family on that one.
He was on to the linebackers. I remember too. He wasn't a big guy, right?
No, he wasn't. But he was very ferocious.
Yeah, definitely.
Very ferocious at playing the linebacker. Yeah.
Longtime coach at Arkansas Plain Bluff as well, by the way. So kudos.
Oh, cool.
That's what he does.
That's what I piss people off. It's what happens, Danny. And I told you it wasn't just you.
Yeah. So going into my notes, just for some notes for the NFL right now, the Lions pick up running back Jahmyr Gibbs' 5th-year option and decline linebacker Jack Campbell's. I can't believe how many people are all over this the wrong way. To me, this tells me that they picked up Gibbs' 5th-year option because they want to see what he can do in this new offensive line and being the guy that's taking the carries. They declined Jack Campbell's contract because they're probably going to pay him. He's like their best linebacker. So I don't understand why people are getting on. Oh, they're going to trade him. No, they're not. The dude's the best linebacker on the team. God, these people don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, Panthers also pick up quarterback Bryce Young's 5th-year option. Figured I might put that in there so that, I can save from Sonia's ire for a minute.
Good job.
Jets host QB Russell Wilson, considering him for backup to Geno Smith. Kind of the rejoining of the old Seattle quarterback backfield there.
Yeah.
Were they on the team together?
Yes.
Was Wilson wasn't gone already? I thought he was.
Geno came to last year.
He backed him up.
Last year, Russell was there. Yeah.
Okay.
But this time, Russell Wilson will be the backup if they choose to sign him.
With all that talent there with the Jets, with all that talent, they're going to find a way to still just flop and just I mean, I know they need a quarterback, but I can see. I mean, I honestly, with the talent they brought in at wide receiver and tight end, I could see, and you have a running back there as well, and a talented offensive line. There's no reason to think that they should not score points, at least 25 to 30 points a game with that type of talent there. And Geno, when he was under the guise of good coaching, Geno had some really good years in Seattle. So we can't forget that. I think this is a little bit an outlier when he was in Oakland or Las Vegas, excuse me, because that's always been a bad team and a bad organization. And so I think Geno, if he's with a really good offensive line, good offensive coordinator. I don't know who the offensive coordinator is for the Jets right now, but I think they really have a good opportunity. And in a spell, if needed, I mean, Russell Wilson still can come in. And I mean, he showed you when he's with the Giants that if he can give you a good game, he's got talent around him. And so I just think that there's an opportunity there. I know Jack's probably going to think differently. But I think they have.
Frank Reich is the offensive coordinator.
Frank Reich.
I think they might have a good opportunity there to do some things with Frank White. Right.
Rick, pump your brakes on that, Rick, because AG is a very good coach. He's just got when you come to a team, you've got no players on your team basically, and the morale is like crap. It takes a while to change that morale and that culture in that locker room. So give it some time. He's got AG's starting to get guys that he wants on his team or guys that want to be on that team. So give him another year. I mean, Jack wants to pull the trigger on him after the season because he doesn't think the Jets are he's probably right. The Jets probably are not going to be the best team in that division at all by a mark. They're still going to be in last place, but things take time. You know what I'm saying?
So, and as veterans, I'm going to say there is a distinct difference between Justin Fields and
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson and Geno Smith. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. the rub with the Jets, and it's kind of to your point, James. For Jet fans, I'm afraid you're going to be just good enough that you're not going to be in a position to get Arch Manning or to get Moore or to get maybe Sayan or somebody else that's going to come out. Yes, Jack, you'll end up in position to get the guy you want, Trinidad Chambliss, because you can win a Super Bowl and be in position to get him.
But to counter that, Keith, they have 3 first-round draft picks they can work with.
They could move their way up, yes.
Yes.
Depending on who's right. I mean, if you got a team that needs a quarterback there, then you're going to be screwed.
Right.
The Cowboys, couple of Cowboys notes today. The Cowboys signed wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling, journeyman. He played on the Saints, didn't he, for a minute?
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought he was still hanging on Bourbon Street. I didn't realize he was still in the league. I thought he was just tap dancing on Bourbon Street with some. But I mean, he's playing. That's great. I mean, wow. But why are we adding? My question is, why are we adding another wide receiver? Is there something? I know. Is there something in the making here that's going on? Something rumbling? I know. What's the kid's name? George Pickens signed his. He signed the.
He officially signed his tag today. He officially signed it instead of saying I'm going to sign it. He officially signed it today.
He signed it. But it's interesting that they're adding depth like this. Something's going on to where maybe I don't know. I would have to watch that.
You got injury. You've had injury issues with your wide receivers too, so you got to have some depth at that position.
CeeDee Lamb is a big case of that. Mm-hmm.
And they drafted a wide receiver. It might have been late, but I know they drafted a wide receiver. I think it was very late actually, so he may not make the team. But they don't have.
Dallas had a good draft. Dallas had a pretty good draft.
They had a decent draft.
I think they did better than people think because I like the Lawrence kid that people are running down from UCF. I think is going to be really good.
I think so too. They had a great first round draft. Obviously, Caleb Downs. He's going to be a leader on that team for sure. Yes, he's going to change. I mean, I think the biggest thing is you got to make sure that you have really good coaching. And I know Eberflus is gone. Who's the defensive coordinator now? I forgot.
For Dallas, give me a line. It's certainly not Eberflus.
No, I feel like it's a name. Let me see if I can find it. Christian Parker.
Yep. Parker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever that may be. Yeah.
34 years old. Longest in franchise history.
Yes, maybe it's time to get young blood in there. So, I mean, infuse some young blood in there. And I think, again, with the new pieces you got there, add Caleb Downs along with the defensive line, Quentin Williams. You got him there. You got what's his name? That came out of Green Bay. What's the guy? Brian,
the defensive tackle. What the hell is his name? We're all drawing blanks today.
Well, I am hungry, so I'll use that as an excuse. Yeah,
and I'm old. It's on you, Brian, because
it'll be on me.
Kenny Clark.
But
Kenny Clark. Yeah, there you go.
Kenny Clark. I think they're gonna do some things. They're gonna really do some things.
They're not giving up 50 points a game anymore. This team, I don't think. I think they've they've changed that side of the football enough that I think they win the NFC East. Quite frankly, if you make, and that could change by September, but right now, if we were talking today, I like them in the NFC East. Although the Eagles did.
Let's see. The Eagles, and New York did as well. New York did too.
The Giants, I just feel like there's a pieces missing yet, right? And I'm not sure. Dart is definitely the guy, but I don't know if he's a guy right now, right? To take them much further.
I kind of think they need a plausible running back. That's what they need.
They do, because Cadwell's going to get hurt.
Yes, you're right. Maybe 2 of them, but it wouldn't fall in line with my keto diet. So definitely.
He came in the show. He looked like Jack. He looked like Jack Hirsch when he came in. I said, "You need to stick this."
It's got protein in it. I mean,
Boy, Jack is just taking all kinds of strays here.
It's funny too because
he always does.
We'll bust Jack on here, and I'm thinking he's not watching. Then I'll see him Friday morning. He goes, "I was watching you guys. I heard what you were saying the other day." So
that's all right. We get him back for the strays he sends at us when he's on the show. So I mean, it is.
Heck, I'm just reading the lines that Brian gives me to read during the show. I don't come up with any of this.
Brian's got the script.
I'll tell you, I'm catching strays now too. So the Ravens signed Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pava to a 3-year rookie contract.
I'm going to just say this: that 3 years is probably so inflated with just
incentives,
phantom numbers. I think his guarantee is probably like $10. Just his minimum is enough to buy an airline ticket to one way to go to Canada and play CFL football. That's what his minimum is.
He's meant to play in the CFL for sure.
Yes, without a doubt. 5'7" with a big mouth. He's got a Napoleon complex, man. Come on. I mean, he did great things at Vanderbilt. He had a great team surrounding him. Now, let's not mind you, because I got into a debate with someone saying that he was better than Jay Cutler. I said nowhere near, not even close to the talent. And when Jay Cutler played, he had the worst team ever. And Jay Cutler, the reason why Vanderbilt was even recognized was because of Jay Cutler.
See, I'd have to take a harder look at that because my gut reaction would be Diego Pavia was better this year than Jay Cutler was at Vanderbilt.
Oh,
he won't be as good as he was in the NFL, and Jay wasn't a superstar as we know, but he won't be that good even.
Man, come on, Diego Pavia threw 5-yard passes. To a lot of his passes were dumps, man. I mean, we played against him with LSU. The team looked good. Let's just put it that way. That team looked really good. He could run. He could do a lot of things. I love his heart and determination. But man, come on, he's not an NFL quarterback. I'll eat crow if he makes the team and backs up Lamar Jackson.
To be clear, I'm not saying he will be an NFL quarterback. I think the same thing. I say he was a great college quarterback, though, at least this year at Vanderbilt.
I tell you what, I think he'd be perfect for the UFL. I do.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
UFL. Or he could be the goat and hand them plastic bags out to Piggly Wiggly. But whatever the case may be.
I can't find those games anymore than I can find Live Golf. So I don't know even where those games are.
Yeah, the UFL. I'm banning the UFL because they took my Panthers out of there and gave them to some hokey city. I'm sorry.
So, Keith, is that what the UFL stands for? Unidentified Football League? Because you can't find them?
Yes.
I love that one.
Unidentified, undistinguishable. There's a lot of uns that
undesirable,
unwatchable football.
Oh, there you go. That might be better.
Damn. Sorry, UFL.
Undisputedly worst
we had to throw you
football league I've ever seen.
Under the bus. Yeah, we had to throw you under the bus. But anyway, last week we talked about who we see, and this was before the draft, basically, but now it's after the draft. I'm going to ask you, who do you see in the NFC and the AFC as powerhouse teams now that we've had a draft and basically we've gone through free agency? Of course, we got until June 1st, basically, and until we get the full picture. But as teams right now, who do you think in the NFC are going to be left standing? Give me like 2 teams that you think are going to be left standing in the end, playing in the NFC Conference Championship.
I'm going to tell you it'll be a repeat, and it'll be a repeat of the outcome because the Rams did absolutely nothing in this draft to improve their chances of winning this year. I think Seattle did, or at least maintain by taking Price in the first round, and they're looking at this year, not 3 years down the road. So in the NFC, I'm going to say the same 2 teams get there. 49ers, I think, will be better, and the Cowboys will be better. But I don't think, again, they got the Dak, speaking of monkeys on their back, Dak's got the playoff monkey on his back too. So if they were to get there, they got to get through that. So I'm going to say Seattle and LA there. Do you want me to stop there, or you want me to give you the AFC too?
You can go on ahead with the AFC if you want.
I don't see any powerhouses in the AFC, quite frankly. And I really don't see. I'm trying to think if anybody really improved themselves. I mean, the teams that improve themselves the most aren't that good, like the Jets. So and Cleveland, but they're not in a position to win, right? They're certainly not going to be a powerhouse. The Patriots filled some holes. Listen, I think the Patriots will have as good a shot as anybody to get back there again, but it's going to be harder, obviously. And don't discount the Bills. So I'm going to say, you want me to pick two teams? Because I'm a Patriot fan, I'll stick with the Patriots. And
what about the Broncos?
And the Broncos. Yeah, and the Broncos.
Yeah.
Repeat. So that's both. Those are both rematches, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Quite imagination I have. Rematches in both leagues.
I am going to go a little bit different. I like what you said in regards to Seattle. I think they're going to repeat too as well. I think a very underrated signing with Jadarian Price. He was overshadowed by a great running back in Jeremiah Love. But I think Jadarian Price, if you watch his game as well, and now he's got to get the fumbling under control, but very talented running back that if Jeremiah Love's not on the team, we're talking about another guy who's probably drafted maybe in the top 15 or so because he gets way more touches and he's pretty tough, man. And he also ran kickoff returns. He ran 200-yard kickoff returns. So very talented running back. I think this is a guy that you got to replace the kid that was there. What was his name? Out of Michigan State. I can't think. Wow.
Kenneth Walker Jr.
Kenneth Walker Jr.
Or Kenneth Walker the third.
Oh, the third. Yes. We all need to eat for real.
I know.
Yes.
I know exactly who they have, so that's fine.
I'm going to go with Seattle. I'm definitely not going with the Rams because I agree with you, Keith. I just think that I don't think the Rams are going to be there because they let a prime position in the first round go when they could have had Mekhi Lemon and you drafted a quarterback.
Really?
You didn't help a quarterback that's aging and likely to retire in 1 or 2 years. You didn't help him out any to try to, get past over the hump. I mean, you're just like 1 or 2 plays away to get into the Super Bowl this year. Or last season. And they didn't do anything to help that or improve that. So no, I definitely wouldn't go with them. I like what the Eagles did. And I think that the Mekhi Lemon, instead of him going to the Rams, he's going to shift and improve and help the Eagles get back there. They're going to, and then it's the Eagles due. They're due. Every other year they flop or they get to the top. They flop, get to the top. And I think they might get to the top this year if they get rid of the negativity in what's called AJ Brown and send him to the Patriots and create some chaos there. Keith,
year one will be fine.
Year one will be fine, right? Yeah. And that's my next team. I'm going to go with the in the AFC. I'm going to go with the Patriots. I think minus the off the field stuff with the coaching, I think that they didn't hurt themselves. I think they added, like you said, they filled a few holes. And somebody's playing with holes. Excuse me. Sorry, Keith.
Wow, it took us 54 minutes. There you go. There, we didn't get up. We need both.
Right. But look, I like them. I think they're still dominant. I think the offensive lineman is going to do better. I'm pretty sure he's motivated to be able to Will Campbell to be much better than he was. Which he started off great in the beginning of the year. I think he's going to be better. And outside of them, I like Baltimore to bounce back too. I think Baltimore is going to. That's a good one. I think they're going to bounce back with what they're going. And I like it because they're going to do it with defense too as well. They got a defensive coach in there now, and I think they're going to bounce back. They've made some decent moves as well. So I like Baltimore, and I was going to pick Denver, but I don't know. I think they needed a couple more pieces, and they didn't do too well in the draft.
And let me be clear to Rick's comment too about playing the NFC North in the schedule this year. I said it wouldn't be as easy, right? This team, and I've said since the end of last year,
they got a number one schedule.
This team likely will be better this year and have a worse record. And all I got to do is get to the playoffs because I don't think there's anybody dominant in the AFC, as I said when I started my remarks. And we don't play the NFC North in the playoffs, at least not to the Super Bowl. So I'm okay with what we did here. And the Rams might fall back. I don't disagree. I got them getting as far as they did last year, mostly because most of the comments I heard about them taking Ty Simpson was they didn't need to help themselves this year because they're good enough now. Well, you weren't good enough last year to get over the hump. I don't see you getting over the hump. So I'll pick them to go just as far as you went, just to prove my point.
Well, like I said, they didn't make moves in the offseason to get better. So, I mean, not draft related, but they did make moves in the offseason to get better. So,
right. McDuffie's, if that's your first round pick, that's a pretty good pick, really. And I have to back up a little bit from where I was. I read really hard on the Rams, and I'll back up only a little bit because if you look at it from the whole standpoint, like you said, Brian, their first round is really McDuffie and Ty Simpson, right? So that's better, but I still don't think they improved themselves that much for this year.
Well, I got in the NFC, I got Philly and the Eagles. I mean, Philly and the Eagles, Philly and the LA Rams as the last two teams standing. Because like James said, Philly is like the flip flop team. They get a good as long as they got good coordinators in place, especially the offensive coordinator, they should be fine. And then with Sirianni being the mentor, basically to the offensive coordinator they got right now. This should help him a little bit better because at least now he can't blame nobody else for his mistakes. So
he'll find a way.
He'll find a way. But and the AFC side, I'm going Houston. I think Houston did a lot in the draft. People say they didn't have a good draft, but they addressed all the needs that they needed addressed. And in the offseason, they also got a couple of really good offensive linemen. They addressed the offensive line in the draft. Yeah, they didn't have a thrilling draft, but their defense got better. If they play like the defense plays like they do, and the offense can manage to score points and get C.J. Stroud some time to throw, and then they got Montgomery as well as a great running back for them, and he stays healthy. Hey, Houston's looking really well, and I also got Denver too. That I think Denver's going to come back and repeat because Sean Payton, once he's focused, that team's getting there. Some way, somehow, Denver's going to get there.
People can hate on him, but he is a really good football coach.
He is. Without a doubt. Yeah. Without a doubt.
Anyway, on that note, do please catch Keith coming up next with his Major League Baseball.
No,
college. It's college. His college report. And we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Hopefully Bo will be showing up here. I don't know what happened to Bo, but Bo knows. Bo knows Bo. So
Bo knows how to exit.
Right. But anyway, I know everybody have a very good rest of your day. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.